So here for the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals, Canada taking on South Korea. Last year was Russia taking on South Korea. It was a quick affair then. Do you think the Koreans are going to be able to close it out just as quick this time around?
I mean, Dylan, they've already disappointed half of North America, so I think it's time for them to disappoint the other half.
They have to go for the full continent shutdown. That's what South Korea is looking to do. I don't know if it's going to be quite as easy as it looked last year.
Yeah, jokes aside, this is a great map for Canada.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if they run some 3 DPS compositions, if they're going to run Agility, Surefour, and Mangachu all on DPS heroes. Obviously a very focused map, which has really just lends itself into the wheelhouse of Mangachu. So I think they at least have a good shot here on Oasis.
That's right. Well, welcome to University. South Korea in the white, Canada in the red as we get started with our grand finals here at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon 2017 XQC. Doing a great job this weekend on that. Winston, of course, on board with him for the moment, trying to jump down behind Sabiel B. See what he can do, not quite yet.
Yeah, nobody really committing to the point so far. Both teams poking around the side, and now South Korea going to put some pressure on there, force Canada to come fight them as they start to tick up that control meter, but Surefour manages to find the back line.
Yeah, they pick up
the end of Jae-Hong.
Wow, that's Toby having to use the res a bit earlier than he wanted to. And that's a pretty good start for Canada. They're going to start the control percent rolling early on.
That they are. Zumba gets demected. Will be taken down. Quick pulse bomb there from Surefour, not going to find a target.
Yeah.
South Korea forced back off the point, and the percents start building for the Canadians.
Oh man, after that kind of tentative early start, it's been non-stop aggression from Canada as they took the point quickly. And South Korea, a couple ultimates to work with now, but they're on the back foot already.
Yeah,
two support can do.
Yeah, 2 support ults for Canada though, so they should be able to shut down this blade.
He gets a shield just in time. Flower coming back with the Dragon Blade though. We'll see what they can do. Transcendence from Canada though keeps everybody up for the moment. Toby with the double res as he comes into Valkyrie now. And it's a brawl just beside the point here as Flower looking for some kills, looking for a way to get South Korea back into it here. Meanwhile, Surefour coming around the side, able to help finish off Flower with a little bit of pause from QXC. By pause, I don't mean stopping. I mean big, meaty gorilla pause. And it looks like Canada is going to hold the point for just a bit longer.
Yeah, Canada doing a great job in that fight, and that first pickoff meant everything there because both teams dumping both support ults meant that Canada was perpetually at a man advantage, and they're able to snowball that into a win. So 67% now. Canada so far uncontested. Agility's going to be waiting with this Dragon Blade. He should have a lot of success if he can get that back line. Flower going to switch it up to the McCree and try and stop him with that flashbang.
Well, it's worked in the past. Oh, but he's got to deal with the blade here. In a little bit of trouble. There goes Jae-Hong. Toby the next to fall. A hugely successful ult for Agility's already. And there's the finish onto Flower. Canada looking nearly untouchable here on University.
Agility's has been slow yesterday coming into this tournament, but today he is on fire, coming back with some impressive Roadhog and Genji play, definitely elevating above his level that we saw from him earlier in this tournament.
We're already into overtime. Mano had to dive in and die just to give South Korea a chance, but it may not be enough. There's the bar ticking away, and Canada will take the first round of the finals.
And that'll be 100-0 on that point.
Definitive.
And the next 2 points that aren't University, we'll see which one we get. Both of them, however, are going to be far favored.
Yeah.
And that'll give Mangachu some room to operate. He's also been doing particularly well today. Not only on the Rocket Queen, but also coming in with some good Junkrat plays.
Absolutely. If you look at Oasis, the map, it's like you mentioned, this was the round. University was really the round Canada needed to win to give themselves a great chance to finish it out. I'd say we could see a 2-0 here. And we're certainly on a map that favors Safara. And of course, up at the top of the screen, Mangachu on his favorite hero. Meanwhile, on the other side, Flower taking the Pharah, as we've often seen this weekend. Toby on the Lucio this time. They tried to rush the point a little bit early, it looks like.
Yep. Triple DPS for Canada. This is what we should start expecting from them.
Surefour goes down early.
He is going to get res, but Sabiel B will take out XQC. So lacking in tanks now on the point.
Yeah, lacking in healing too as Rolf falls. Mangachu manages to take down Mano, but he's a little bit on his own right now. South Korea not messing around here. Jae-Hong brings Mano back up. And Canada gets a little bit of control percent going. Flower trying to dodge. One more rocket will finish him. Has to look out. Oh, did he barrage right before he got taken out? Did I see that right?
I didn't see.
No, he didn't. Okay, never mind. It was the stance. He did the Farah power stance, and it confused me. Oh, here we go. Looks like South Korea will be able to claim the point first, though. It was a long, grinding fight, but in the end, Korea came out on top.
And so they'll get their first few percent here on Oasis.
Yeah.
I don't think Ultimate's going to be available for the time being, so we'll see a little bit of a slow push likely from Canada. Some poking here, trying to get those meters up and start to build an advantage for Canada to exploit on their approach.
XQC takes a couple rockets as he comes in. Simba a little bit low on the outside. Flower moves up to try to support it.
Mono finds trouble.
Yeah, Mono finds a couple. His agilities falls too. Manages to knock Toby into the back lines here. Now it's Joe Meister getting pushed back. Is he going to finish him? No, not quite. They got what they wanted, though.
Yeah, getting a little bit low there. And with a 3 DPS composition, if you're by yourself, you can get focused down very quickly.
Yeah.
We take a look at Mono's antics, getting up into the backhand. The backhand into the wall of the garden.
Yep.
Mono now coming back around, and Canada trying to get through from the doorways. That's a pulse bomb directly onto XQC, and he will explode in midair.
Yeah, and he's going to go pretty far off the map, too. Looks like Rolf managed to get the res on him just in time. Meanwhile, Mono looking for a bit more. There's the sound barrier coming in for South Korea. As Canada strikes, they've got a lot of ults to work with. Surefour throws in the pulse bomb. Not a big result out of that one. Mano getting a little bit low, though. Goes after the Genji. Meanwhile, Flower on the outside, fighting that air-to-air battle, but Sebyolbi took out Joe Meister. Good start there. South Korea up to nearly 80%. Canada forced to reset again. So as one-sided as the first point of this map was, South Korea turning it around big time here on Gardens.
And if you're Canada and you're running these 3 DPS compositions, you're sacrificing a tank. So when you try these flank attacks, where 2 of your members, in this case your Mercy and your Pharah on the far side, if you're occupying them with just a Pharah on your team, you could collapse. And those targets are squishy. They don't have the damage absorption that you would normally have. And so South Korea able to get the picks quite fast.
Yep. Mangachu falls early on, but here comes the Dragon Blade for agilities. What can he do? Takes out Zunba, trying to get to that held back. Oh, it was so close. Jaehong brings Zunba back up, though. Agility still low health. Tries to reflect that rocket back. Has to exit the battle to heal up again. Meanwhile, Mangachu did take Zunba out with his barrage, though. But South Korea will not be moved. There's Flower with his own barrage. And as Mangachu comes back, he gets a revenge kill. But will it be enough? Maybe. They're so close to flipping it. Canada nearly has it, but I don't know. Looks like they will at the last minute. Canada finally gets some control percent building.
Yeah, they do, and Mangachu cleans up the DPS of South Korea. Zunba still in hot pursuit, and there's not going to find the big health pack there. So we'll have to retreat and wait for some heals, and means South Korea gets some purchase, but they're still waiting to complete the flip. Mono just going to get out of there.
That's right, and the flip nearly happening again for South Korea. Canada just not there to defend it. Toby does fall. Mangachu doing what he can to hold this point for Canada.
And what's kept Canada in this round is Mangachu.
Absolutely.
He's just been going off on these last couple of minutes, and he's going to get a kill on the Flower, too. Jaehong has the Angel in his sights, but he accidentally finds Sebyolbi.
Hey, you know, if you're firing at Toby and you get a free Sebyolbi, I'm not going to complain. Mangachu looks pretty happy with that. They're up to nearly 50 control percent already.
They're going to be feeling great, and it's not like South Korea is going to come in here with a big ult advantage. Looks like this is probably going to go for another 99 Gardens, which we are so very familiar with.
It'd be weird if it didn't, right? Agility's up on the high ground here. South Korea moving closer to a good amount of ultimates. As they come back in again, they've got some time to work with here. Agilities has a Dragon Blade, though. One dash through. Oh, but that sound barrier from Toby was clutch, man. That probably kept the pharmacy for South Korea alive. Agility's not getting any kills from that one. And now both teams responding here. Surefour looks like he may have gotten pooped off the edge there. South Korea's winning this fight, although XQC and Agility's trying to turn it back around again, but it's not going to be quite enough. And now the question is, how quickly can South Korea flip the point? They haven't gotten anything yet. Now they're changing it over, and we're going to go into overtime one more time. South Korea, if anyone can get there, they can't. So South Korea will take Gardens, and we are going to the third point already on Oasis.
After the dust settled on that last fight, even if Canada had been able to make it back to the point as a team, Jaehong